This is how close the crash came to being a major disaster like Lockerbie. First point of impact, this electricity pylon. The doomed 737 then continued its fateful approach to Coventry Airport, first of the debris hitting this terraced house on the Woollen Hallwood estate. The jet then continued and literally skimmed, its wheels skimmed the roof of this terrace behind me here, before continuing barely 150 yards, missing these houses and crashing into the woods behind me. Residents are still shaken by their narrow escape.
I could see the shadow of it, so I come out and it was on its side. It went across them houses and just went down.
The plane was coming over, it clipped the house over there on the side and the house over here, and there was a massive explosion with the whole street. We all came running out, went down to the scene, but with the flames and everything coming off, the heat was that tremendous, there was nothing we could do.
The cockpit in that had just gone, it looked like it had just gone to pieces, but the main part of the plane, the middle part, was still in contact together. So when he actually went up and had a look in there, he said there's no one there, but the fumes, you could smell all the fumes and that, and we said we better get out of there. We got out and I went up to see if I could see any more body or if I could help anybody, but what I seen wasn't very pleasant.
Emergency services have still to recover the bodies of the 3 Algerian crew and the 2 British flying stockmen. They've been named as Adrian Sharp, aged 31, from Kirkthorpe, and 22-year-old Andrew Yates from Rugby. The estate on the southeast of Coventry is 2 miles from the airport runway. Residents have been complaining for 2 years about low-level approaches. One said it was a disaster waiting to happen.
I've been complaining for the past 5 weeks to get this plane stopped because he's been flying too low and I went to the airport and I've told them this tragedy would happen to the way he's flying.
And when representatives of Air Algerie arrived to visit the crash scene, Evelyn Davis made her feelings known.
2 weeks ago, flying low. You stepped into them 2 weeks ago. Bastards.
Others here, however, are giving the Algerian pilot the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, Lockerbie, 6 years to the day today, it could have been another one here today. It could have been all our families and everybody just wiped out in a sense. You know, one little, I don't know what the pilot did, but if he did it and he saved our lives, then great. But I just like to say to his family, you know, I'm sorry, but he saved a lot of people's lives.
Tonight, accident investigators recovered the black box flight recorder, which should disclose if the plane itself had engine or mechanical problems. The head of Phoenix Aviation, who chartered the Air Algerie plane, was satisfied both with its flight course and its landing equipment.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I've been to the crash site. I've been up in a helicopter and observed where the airplane did crash in relation to the correct approach path, and the aircraft was on the centre line where it should have been for making an approach to that runway.
It was suggested that it's so old that it can't lock into the frequency at Coventry Airport. It has to be manually talked down.
I wouldn't like to make any comment on that. I mean, the Air Algerie are operating the aeroplane all over Europe, so I don't think that's a valid comment.
It may be months before we know exactly what did cause the crash of this Boeing 737, but all that residents on this estate can talk about tonight is the Christmas miracle that spared their lives. Norman Rees, News at 10, Coventry.